I want to say thank you to Turkey Al Sheikh for making this fight happen again. And
In a highly anticipated rematch, Dmitry Bivol has shaken up the boxing world with bold declarations, promising that this time he will knock out Artur Beterbiev and claim victory in their highly anticipated clash. At a recent press conference, Bivol, eyes burning with intensity, spoke about the emotional weight of this fight. He thanked Artur Beterbiev for agreeing to this rematch, acknowledging that it was a significant opportunity for him to prove himself once again. With a clear desire for revenge, Bivol added that this rematch is no longer just about winning belts, it's deeply personal. Reflecting on their first fight, which ended in a decision for Beterbiev, Bivol made it clear that his goal has shifted. Before, I only wanted belts, but now it's not just about titles. I want to right the wrongs of that night. I want revenge, and I want to prove I am the better fighter, Bivol declared. His words sent shockwaves through the boxing community, as the rivalry between the two fighters has only intensified. Fans, analysts, and even the boxers themselves recognize that this fight is no longer just about the belts, but about settling scores and proving who truly deserves to be called the best. Bivol's confidence was evident, and his words were backed by a serious commitment to change. He admitted that he had to make adjustments to his approach, a reflection of his awareness that his performance in the first fight fell short of expectations. I need to be better. I need to prove him better, Bivol emphasized. As part of his preparation, Bivol has revamped his training camp, bringing in new coaches and strategies to fine-tune his approach. He has incorporated more action, intensity, and focused training, determined to be a better version of himself. His words weren't just talk, his actions and training showed that he was willing to do whatever it takes to leave no room for doubt in this rematch. With a renewed sense of purpose and laser focus, Bivol has committed himself to becoming the perfect version of the fighter he believes he can be. His statement, "I want to be perfect," underlines his determination not just to win, but to dominate in every aspect of the fight. He is no longer looking for a narrow victory. This fight is about redemption and proving he belongs at the top of the sport. His transformation isn't just physical, it's mental as well. He's pushing himself harder than ever, scrutinizing every part of his training, making sure that nothing is left to chance. His transformation has left fans and critics alike eagerly wondering if he can turn his evolution into a victory. The other side of the equation, however, is Artur Beterbiev, who remains unfazed by Bivol's fiery declarations. Known for his ruthless fighting style and unshakable demeanor, Beterbiev sat at the press conference with his usual cold, calculated confidence. When asked about Bivol's desire for revenge, Beterbiev barely reacted. "If you want revenge, no problem," he said simply. His calm, composed response contrasted sharply with Bivol's impassioned words, but it only added to the tension building for the rematch. Beterbiev's mindset is focused solely on retaining his undefeated record and holding on to the belts that he's worked so hard to achieve. He's been a champion known for his destructive knockout power, ending most of his fights before they reach the judges' scorecards. His approach to the rematch is pragmatic, with a focus on doing what is necessary to secure the win. "My goal is now to keep my belts, and I will do my best to do that," Beterbiev said, embodying his calculated and unflashy approach to boxing. He isn't interested in engaging in verbal battles or making big statements. For him, the proof is in the fight, and his message to the world is simple: be ready. The contrast between Bivol's emotional, driven approach and Beterbiev's quiet, strategic focus highlights the difference in their philosophies. Bivol fights with passion, seeking redemption for what he feels was a missed opportunity in the first fight, while Beterbiev operates with ruthless efficiency and unyielding control. Both fighters have something to prove, but their reasons are fundamentally different. Bivol seeks validation for his skill and the chance to rewrite history, while Beterbiev looks to maintain his dominance and reinforce his position as the top fighter in the division. As the rematch draws closer, the stakes couldn't be higher. This fight isn't just about the belts anymore, it's about legacy. Bivol's quest for redemption is pitted against Beterbiev's need to prove that his reign as champion is no fluke. For Bivol, there's more than just the titles at stake. It's about overcoming the personal challenge of proving he can conquer one of the most feared fighters in the sport today. For Beterbiev, it's about proving that no matter how much Bivol evolves or how much revenge he seeks, he will always be the better fighter. The tension between these two men reached a boiling point during their face-off at the press conference. Known for his calm demeanor and terrifying presence in the ring, Beterbiev locked eyes with Bivol in a stare that sent shockwaves through the room. There was no trash talk, no theatrics, just a cold, intense standoff. The moment was a psychological battle, a preview of what was to come. Beterbiev's lack of reaction and steady composure hinted at the quiet confidence of a fighter who had nothing to prove but everything to protect. Meanwhile, Bivol's fiery desire to make a statement was apparent, and he was clearly ready to go to any lengths to win. As the rematch approaches, the question that lingers is whether Bivol's emotional drive and desire for perfection will be enough to overcome Beterbiev's sheer power and methodical precision. Bivol has openly stated that he believes he can win this fight, but it will require a complete shift in his approach. He knows that his first fight against Beterbiev wasn't enough, and he's worked tirelessly to ensure that he's better prepared for the rematch. He's not just preparing for another fight, he's preparing for a war, a clash of philosophies and mindsets that will ultimately determine who stands supreme. Bivol's transformation is evident in his commitment to evolution, both mentally and physically. He's been working on refining his technique and adding more intensity to his training. His adjustments are clear. He's no longer the fighter who is content with simply winning titles. Now, he wants to prove that he can outclass Beterbiev and leave no room for doubt. But whether these changes will be enough to topple Beterbiev's dominance remains to be seen. Bivol's ability to adapt and evolve will be put to the ultimate test when he faces Beterbiev, whose focus remains on efficiency and precision. For Beterbiev, it's business as usual. His training has remained tight-lipped and methodical, focused on what he needs to do to win. While Bivol has embraced change and self-improvement, Beterbiev's approach is rooted in consistency. He's been dominating for years with his aggressive, relentless fighting style, and he sees no reason to change what's been working. His approach to the rematch is one of quiet confidence. His strategy is simple: do enough to win, whether by knockout or decision. He doesn't need to be flashy or prove anything to anyone. His legacy speaks for itself. As the fight draws closer, analysts and experts are weighing in on the potential outcome. Canelo Alvarez, a respected figure in boxing, has shared his thoughts on the match, offering his perspective on the skill level of both fighters. "This is going to be a great fight," Canelo said, acknowledging the immense talent on display from both Bivol and Beterbiev. His comments reflect the respect that both men have earned, and the hype surrounding the rematch only continues to grow. David Benavidez, another rising star in the sport, has weighed in on the matchup, predicting that Bivol will have the edge in the rematch. Benavidez, known for his sharp analysis and no-nonsense approach, praised Bivol for his technical ability and work ethic, suggesting that Bivol's evolution could be the key to victory. "I think Bivol wins the rematch," Benavidez said, highlighting Bivol's combination punching and ability to control the pace of the fight. But both fighters are high caliber, so anything could happen. This insight from experts only adds to the intrigue of the rematch, with predictions, analyses, and debates continuing to fuel the anticipation. Whether Bivol's adjustments will be enough to topple the undefeated champion remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: both fighters are preparing for a war, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Shane McGuigan, a respected trainer, has also weighed in, noting that Bivol has the tools to make significant adjustments and turn the lessons from the first fight into a winning strategy. His comments reflect the belief that Bivol has the potential to overcome Beterbiev's raw power with a more calculated technical approach. As both fighters continue to train for the fight, it's clear that this rematch will be more than just a contest of strength and skill. It will be a battle of philosophies, with Bivol's relentless pursuit of perfection facing off against Beterbiev's cold, efficient approach. Both men are determined to prove something, and when they step into the ring on February 22, the world will be watching closely to see who comes out on top. As the rematch draws closer, the buzz surrounding this fight continues to grow, with fans, analysts, and fighters alike eagerly awaiting the outcome. Who will walk away victorious, and who will be left to pick up the pieces of their broken legacy? Only time will tell, but one thing is for certain: this rematch will be one for the ages.